They've missed their opportunity.
Unless it was uphill. Unless it was uphill.
It's very much downhill and flat. That's the problem for the peloton. And we're getting inside the city as well, where there's lefts and rights. A little more difficult to close down. There's 12 seconds from these 5-star riders at the front to the ones who were in the breakaway with them before. There's Alessandro De Marchi. How he would love a victory. Still looking for a contract for next year. Fighting away, wasn't he, in the breakaway in the Giro di Lombardia on Saturday. Racing well and very competitively and combatively at the first Gravel World Championships too. There's the gap on the road when they get past the sanctuary. It's still decent, isn't it? 15 seconds. I think now with the gap we're seeing behind, the peloton are sitting up a little. They've realised. Time to descend. The climbs are done. That's it. It's Lopez, De Marchi, Rochas, Verscher, who's a new name to many of us, the French amateur champion, alongside Matteo Trentin. 16 seconds they're gaining. An unlikely mix of riders at the end of what's been an aggressive race. It's been a big few days of racing already in the Venetian region. We have the Giro del Veneto today finishing in Vicenza. The Venetia Classic at the weekend. This is Rémi Rochas racing for Cofidis. Frenchman who is 26 years of age, who has never won a bike race. Today is his grand opportunity. He's racing, though, against a man who's won many bike races in Matteo Trentin. 28 of them, to be precise, including 3 stages at the Tour de France and 4 at the Vuelta a España. There's Matteo Verscher, who's yet to win against the professionals, but he has a national jersey he picked up in the French amateur ranks this year. There's Alessandro De Marchi, who's taken some big victories in his career. Not numerous, but 6 big ones, including 3 at the Vuelta a España. And Miguel Angel Lopez, who's not quite on his terrain here, but 22 victories, including GC successes at World Tour level, Grand Tour stages at the Tour, and of course at the Vuelta a España. It's a big ask, certainly, for those 2 from France who have never ever won before.
And I think the running here is actually almost too fast to make a really good attack on. It's slightly downhill until we got that little bridge up over the railway. That I think is probably the only real launch point. And the faster it goes, the harder it is to make a difference. So right now it's really playing into the hands of Matteo Trentin here.
Trentin still at the front and in the deluxe, almost glorious position. He would have certainly signed for this at the start of the day, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
2.2 kilometers to go over this final little climb. And no surprise that Miguel Angel Lopez gives it a go, tries to put everybody on the limit. And he's got a little bit of a gap there from De Marchi, with Trentin following so well. And Trentin, oh, he looks brilliant, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I mean, these are the type of climbs that Trentin, you know, he does them so well. He's punchy enough, and you know, has got such a good acceleration that he can do them all day long. But now here comes the difficulty. Now, where does he position himself in the best possible way to make sure he doesn't get surprised by anyone?
Bit of deja vu for him last year to the 2 races in the Veneto last year, in the Giro del Veneto and the Veneto Classic, where he was in those positions, but in the end he was done for. They outfoxed him. Look at De Marchi, he's weighing it up here, just sitting off the back. He's surely going to have to try and take his chance. Coming up to 1.4 Ks to go. And there is Alessandro De Marchi. Left-hand side, Trentin is going to close this, or at least try. First attack coming from De Marchi. It looks as though everybody can follow as we go into the Flamme Rouge now.
It did exactly the right thing there. The Trentin didn't hesitate, straight onto the wheel in the slipstream. That was the easiest way to deal with that attack.
900 metres to the finish line. It will be contested between these 5 riders now, with a 14-second gap to the next group behind. De Marchi at the front in the blue and white. Just behind him in the white, red and black, you can see Trentin. Here goes Rochas now, the Frenchman who's yet to ever win a bike race in the red and white. Trentin is on him. What's left in the tank for De Marchi? I'm not sure if there's too much or enough, really, because Lopez is there, Verscher is there. It's Trentin who's waiting on the wheel now, and almost being given a lead out here by Rochas.
Rochas is just going to commit to this one now, because this is a good opportunity for him to get a second place at least. But I think winning out of this will be difficult for Matteo Trentin. Yeah, come around this corner here now, and he's in the driving seat.
Been given an armchair ride here into the final 200 metres. He comes on the inside of the corner and launches himself. It's Matteo Trentin who's there at the front. He has his gap. He looks around and sees it. Trentin knows he has it. He's going to be able to celebrate. This year it's his. Matteo Trentin is the winner of the Giro del Veneto. It's a dominant performance, with Rochas in second place, Verscher and Lopez going for the final place on the podium, and then in fifth you had De Marchi, the man who really went for the attack at 1 kilometre to go. UAE trying to win the sprint from behind as well. You can see Conchi trying to get the better of Ulissi. They can't do it. Double domination from UAE Emirates.
Those 2 attacks that he had to cover, and just jumping straight on the wheel and gapping the riders behind him as he did that move as well. That was first class.
And here comes what's left of the peloton. And it's going to be an opportunity to sprint for minor places. It looks as though Lipinsch is up there for Trek Segafredo, Latvian champion, and he'll be the one to